I have no clue how we won that game. We got to win. We got out of jail, plain and simple. Anybody that thinks anything different, man, you need to do a reevaluation. Sit back and rewatch that game. Leeds were all over us the entire second half of that game. The entire second half. You hear me? The entire second half of that game. We we just became completely undone. I mean, anything that you think that was crazy that could happen happened in that second half. How it is shocking to me that we are still top of the table after that performance today. And people are going to say I'm being negative, man, but I want to point this out. We've got to look at, can we sustain this type of play for the rest of the season? We have to really look at that, because I'm here to tell y'all we cannot play 6, 7, 8 games in a row like that and expect to get out of jail. Patrick Bamford has not played in God knows how long. He shows up today and he looks like he's the second coming of Christ. I mean, it was unbelievable. Right out of the gate. Right out of the gate, he almost scored a goal and tied the game up. We've got Gabrielle has got, man, we have got to get a center back. This guy is going to cost us long term. Arteta's inability to set up things defensively is going to cost us in the long run. Thank God Leeds cannot score. That's the Achilles heel they've had all year. They can't score. A team that can score today, if that's Crystal Palace, they probably beat us. If any team that has a modicum of a striker can walk in there, and they would have beat us today. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm glad we won the game. But the realist in me is saying we cannot keep this up all season. And I know there are going to be fellow Arsenal supporters that are going to come out today and say that this was the best gutsy performance we've had, and we have fought in and we stuck in. The truth is we got out of jail 2 to 3 times this game. That we had penalty kicks that was missed. We had cards that should have been red cards. And people are going to say, no, Bamford ran into him. But yeah, that is true. That is true. But you cannot retaliate. We got out of jail, man. We got out of jail today. And I'm telling y'all, I told y'all this. If y'all saw my fan count with Lee a couple weeks ago, I told people when we come off of these breaks, it's cool. But when we have a run of games that's right behind each other, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in succession, you start to see where we falter because we are tired. I told people on Leeds Fan Cam Thursday, I said that we should have not played some of these starters. And what happened today? It showed up again. This team is not, we don't have enough juice in the tank to be playing our starters in games that we shouldn't have to play them in. We've got to get some signings, y'all. We've got to get some signings. We've got to go in January, and we've got to get some signings. We've got to get some signings, because if we do not, we're going to be in major trouble coming down the stretch. We're going to be in very, very, very dark territory coming down the stretch. I don't think Gabrielle looked healthy today. I don't think he was fit. I think they played him just to play him. He did not look fit. He did not have a good game today. He did not have a good game. At one stage, I thought Arteta maybe would have pulled him out to the wing, brought Martinelli in, and said, "Hey, you go run down there." But Gabriel Jesus did not look good today. He looked like a man that was playing injured. And so when I look at the make Odegaard, let me go to Odegaard right quick. Odegaard has got some major issues too. He gets erratic when there's pressure on him. I mean, I saw back heel into players. I mean, I saw some hospital passes. He has really bad trouble with a hard press. If a team hard presses him, he has really, really bad trouble with it. Gabriel Magalhaes, man, this guy here, let me tell you, this guy here is going to cost us some major points. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if he's overthinking, but he's going to cost us some points. And you saw some of that rub off on the Saliba today. This is why you got to have two solid center backs, because if one falters, one's going to overcompensate for the other one. And that's what you saw today. There's a lot of overcompensating. Now, imagine Bamford not being there. Imagine Haaland being there. See, that's the difference. You know, you have to understand now that teams are not going to look at us as lowly Arsenal that's playing, you know, that's coming up from you know, we're competing and we're in the mid-table, bottom half of the table anymore. No, they know we're the top team. So they're going to come at us every freaking game with everything that they have. So you're going to get elevated forms of play. So these teams like Leeds, these teams like Palace, these teams like Bournemouth, these smaller teams, they're going to, well, Leeds is not a small team. Let me correct that. So before anybody in the chat goes after me, Leeds is definitely not a small team. But I'm just saying, in relative where we are in the table, West Ham, teams like, they're going to come with their best. They're going to come with the best. And what you saw today was, you saw Leeds press all damn game. And yes, that's what they normally do. And that's what they did. The second half, they seemed like they went up an extra level. And it's just like, we never got out of first gear in the second half. We never got out of first gear. But we got out of jail today, y'all. No matter how you slice it, we got out of jail. We were lucky. The football guards smiled down on us. I mean, Bamford missing a penalty kick. I mean, that penalty kick was absolutely criminal. That was one of the worst penalty kicks I've seen in quite a while. And we got off of that red card. Because if that was me personally, I thought that was a red card on Gabriel. I actually called it before, as I saw it unfold. I said, yeah, he's on his way off. He's kicking out, tripping players, you know, all that kind of stupid stuff. In a game like that, see, and that's what got me so upset, was I think about where we were in the game. This is why I said, yeah, it's all mental. And do we have the mentality to sustain this? I don't think we have the mental now to sustain this kind of run where we're beating folks 1-0 and scraping by. You know, my prediction on Gary's show Monday was 4-2. You know, 1-0. I mean, Leeds, they can't buy a win. We scraping by, just scraping by. I mean, exactly. Anthony Burton is 100% correct. That if they could have scored today, we lose this game. I'd probably say 3-1 if they could have scored. But we have some major issues that we need to take care of in-house. I'm telling y'all, if we don't get a hold on this, if we don't get a hold on this Gabriel Magalhaes situation, I'm telling y'all, this dude here, man, is a ticking time bomb at the back. This is Mustafi all over again, man. This is Mustafi all over again. You see these critical flashpoints, and it's an absolute mess, man. Absolute mess, man. We've got to get a number 10. We need an extra midfielder. We need a center back. Jesus, not only is he tired, Jake, not only is he tired, I really believe that he looked like he was injured today. That's me. It looked from me watching him, because have we watched him all year? Because he didn't play. He didn't play Thursday. He hadn't played since the Liverpool game. You know, so he technically had almost a full week off. But there was rumblings Friday that he was hurt and was a doubt for the game. That tells me that he's probably hurt. But Mikel said, you know what? We're going to try it and see what happens. You know, and this is where you have to ask yourself the question here, is Nketiah. You know, because we're paying this guy $100,000. We're paying this gentleman $100,000. And we're going to see if he's going to make good on that. These are the kind of games where you got to make good on that. I told y'all over on Monday, if you followed me on watch the DWTT with Gary in the panel. I told everybody Monday, I said, We should have been playing every young player we had. We should have had the 15-year-old, 14-year-old, whatever we could find to go up and play Boulder. Everybody else should have been sitting at home resting. These kind of games that when we need to play the starters, we play them. But when we don't need to play them, when we don't need to play starters, no. Nope, because we don't have a strong enough team to where we can just bring our starter after starter every game. We don't have that luxury. We don't have that luxury. Today's game, I thank God we won it. I can just say that. Thank God we won the game today. I want people to understand that. I'm glad we won the game. I want people to understand that. We won the game. I'm happy we won the game. Is when you look at the bigger picture. I want people to stop being over emotional when it comes to our wins and step back and look at the bigger picture. Ask yourself, can we do this for another 8 to 9 games? No. We're going to run into teams where that can score goals. We have got to fix this crap, man. And don't let anybody fool y'all by telling y'all, hey man, these boys went out and battled, and Arsenal have shown us the fortitude and this. No, we got off lucky today. We got out of jail. I literally, when on the final whistle, literally was sitting there going, how did we win this game? And for those who are spiritually inclined like myself, I mean, God was smiling down today. That was something in the air. As Phil Collins would say, I could feel it in the air, because that's the only way we won that game today. I really thought we were down a man in those last few minutes, because that whole Gabriel situation, that's what sent me over the edge. Because I just when you look at players and you look at the mentality of players, this is where you have to ask yourself, when you have players on your team, who is the player on the team that's going to have the mentality to know that we need to be in this game mentally. We need to be locked in. And you have to start looking around on the pitch. And normally that comes from the back. Ramsdale with some great saves there. I mean, he would probably have to be my man of the match from an Arsenal perspective. But if you wanted my my being funny, me being facetious, I'd say it was VAR. But we got out of there today, y'all. We got out of there today with a win. Anyone in the chat, who we playing next? I hadn't even looked at the schedule. That's kind of how I'm rolling game by game. I hadn't even looked at the schedule to see who we playing next. But I can tell you this, man. The guys need to go back and watch the tape, today's game, and they need to adjust this. We need to come out. We need to be ready to roll. Good goal by Saka. Not too much after that, but today was a rough one, man. And I'm telling you, it was a heart attack city today. I mean, it was from the start of the kickoff of the second half, it was just straight crazy. Yeah, it was rough, man. And I just felt like some of this stuff blowed over from Thursday. We played pretty rough on Thursday, and then you saw it come right down the pipe, right into today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for joining me. I will be on tomorrow with the WTT with Gary on the trip. I will be on later on with Lee. I'll be getting ready to do my fan cam with him shortly, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be lit. So make sure you check that out over at Lee Gunner. And thank y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe, and this is my rapid reacts from today's game. Please put this game in perspective and look, because there are some major issues here that we need to address in this team. Let me tell you, we got a long way to go, y'all. There's a lot of people talking about titles and all this and top of the league. We got a long way to go. So I think we're about maybe 3 or 4 weeks here from this. Get ready to take a break, man. And want to give a shout out to Jake. Give a shout out to Anthony. Paul came in earlier, and he is right. And he would never be, and people, I tell people, man, you can go out, you can go hop on YouTube. You'll find a video when I was supporting Eddie when we first broke into the team. This was some years ago. But the reality of the situation is, I watched him long enough to know that he is not the answer. He may very well succeed at a place like Birmingham City. He may succeed at MK Dons, but he's not going to succeed here at Arsenal. He just does not have that gene that we are looking for, and that can replace us. Replace a player like Gabriel when you have days like this. This is why I said we need to go find a striker, and we need to take the highest bid we can get for Nketiah in the summer. Whoever comes in, whatever the highest bid is, it doesn't. I mean, whatever the highest or the next highest, take it and roll on. We're gonna regret we didn't take that money from West Ham a couple of years ago. I think it was West Ham that was wanting to buy him a couple of years ago. We're gonna regret that. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for tuning in once again. I am Matt the Southern Gooner. You can check me out. My IG is right there. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I am out. Peace.